Hey guys, welcome back. I'm sorry that this video is late, and I'm also sorry that it's not a beauty video, but after this video, I'm filming a beauty video for next weekend. I've just been busy because I have band every single day almost after school, and the days that I don't have it, I'm busy like doing homework, catching up on work, so I'm sorry band is taking over my life, but soon the band season will be over, and honestly, I'm not doing band next year just because I don't like it. I can make a whole video on that if you guys would want me to do a video on that, and I can just do like a rant on that. But today I thought I would do a pet peeves video because recently I've been listing all my pet peeves on the notes app on my phone because I know Tana Mojo does that. I was like, you know what, I want to do a pet peeves video, so this is inspired by Tana Mojo. I freaking love that girl. So hope you guys enjoy, and also I'm gonna turn up the brightness so it's a little weird looking. Okay, so the brightness is fixed, and now I'm on my phone. I'm going to my pet peeves. I literally, like, every time I see something like it gets on my nerves, I put it in here. So people at school, when I get on my nerves, I'm like, what you're doing is a pet peeve of mine. So let's go ahead and read these off. So my first pet peeve is when people have their backpacks on and they're all the way to their knees, like to the back of their knees, like right here. Yeah, that's how like people they like to loosen their straps all the way, so it's like all the way down there. I'm like, why is your backpack down there? And obviously I don't do that, so it's like not affecting me at all, but it's just annoying. I'm like, why is your backpack all the way down there? Like, is that necessary? No. And it's probably messing up your back, but you know, you don't have scoliosis, so you don't know. And then also, kind of the backpack thing, I don't know why this bothers me. It is wearing your backpack on one shoulder, and I'm not allowed to do that, or I'm not supposed to do that because of my scoliosis, and it can really mess up my back. But I never did it anyway, and that's like, that used to be like the cool kid thing to do, but now it's like you just do whatever the heck you want. But I don't understand why people do that. Sometimes when I'm like getting something on my backpack, I'll like take off one shoulder and I like look in it, but like I never wear it on one shoulder, and I don't know why people do that. A lot of these are actually school related, but when people like, you're writing like notes, or you're writing tests, and when people are done, they like drop their pencil, they like slam it on the desk so everyone knows that they're finished. I'm like, who are you? Why are you doing that? It irks my nerves. So I'll be like taking notes, you know, just taking my time, you know, writing everything down on the board. And then I hear on the desk because people are done and they're like, I just want to drop my pencil. I'm like, it's not the big of a deal to set your pencil on your paper. It's not the big deal. I just hate when people do that. I'm like, why do you do that? It's not that much more work to just put it on my table. I don't know why people do that, and it just really bothers me, if you can't tell. When people are homophobic or they just use gay as a personality trait, it really bothers me. I'm personally not a lesbian or gay or bi or anything. I'm completely straight, but it bothers me so much when people are like homophobic. I'm like, you cannot control who you like, and there's nothing wrong with liking the same sex, in my opinion. Some people might have other opinions. But someone dating, like a guy dating another guy that is not affecting you at all. So I don't understand why it bothers you. It's not affecting you at all. So someone else's love life doesn't matter to you. It shouldn't matter to you. And I don't know why people are homophobic, and it just really bothers me. And like when people use gay as her personality trait, like, ha, that's so gay. Like, no, it's not gay. Don't use gay as a personality trait, please. Now, I don't cuss often. Sometimes I cuss, like, I slip, or I just, like, you know, it just happens. But like, I don't really cuss in everyday sentences or everyday even. But like, people who cuss unnecessarily are so annoying. Like, they like every other word in their sentence is a cuss word. I'm like, why are you cussing unnecessarily? Like, that did not add any other emphasis if you would have left that word out. I don't know why people do it. I don't know, and it's kind of a pet peeve of mine. This one's a long one. So on my phone, I wrote exactly this. People would sit there and do nothing and try to look off my paper, expecting me to give them an answer when they never try. So say for instance, you're in a class and you know you're doing your work, you're trying really hard, you have studied every day, you've done all your homework, and then the guy next to you, that sits next to you, never does any of his work, and he says, hey, can I have your homework? Can I see your homework? Or, hey, want to give me the answers on this test? Or, can you help me? Like, no, I'm not trying to help you if you don't try. If you don't put in effort to do something, and I put in all the effort I have, I'm not freaking gonna help you. Don't expect me to help you whenever you're not putting any effort in. And this bothers me when people expect you to do this. I'm like, no, I'm not helping you if you don't try. Another pet peeve of mine is texting and driving, and I just got my license, if you guys don't know. I don't think I put that on my vlog, on my main channel. I think I just vlogged about it, but I got my license a couple weeks ago. But like, whenever people are just texting and driving when you're in the car with them, I think it's so disrespectful. And because you're not only putting your own life at risk, but you're putting other people's on the road life in. You're putting people on the roads, like other people on the road. You're putting their life in risk. What the heck? You're not only putting your life on risk. You're not only putting your life at risk, but you're also putting the other people on the road, their life at risk. And also, if there's any other people in the car, you're putting their life in risk. That was hard to say. I'm sorry. You guys know what I'm saying, though. So I think it's super disrespectful. And also, when you're at a green light, like the light was red, and then it turns green, and literally, you're sitting there for like, it feels like a minute, but you're literally sitting there waiting for like 10, 20 seconds, and like, you're like, why aren't we moving? And then I'm like maybe like 5 cars behind them. I've experienced this. I'm like 5 cars behind them, and then I missed the green light because you're probably on your phone, you know, worrying about changing my music or anything. So like if I do change my music, I like look at my phone, I change it, I look up and down every minute. I don't do it when I'm driving. Actually, that's a lie. I've done it once. But I really wanted to listen to Graphic Queen by Chris Brown, and I pushed play it, and I was like, wait, this isn't a song I'm supposed to be listening to. I started playing some song by Frank Ocean, and then, also guys, have you heard Frank Ocean? I'm pretty sure you all know, because everyone's been talking about it. Well, actually, no one ever talked about it. Everyone's like, Frank Ocean, where's your new album at? But no one ever on my Twitter timeline was like, Frank Ocean finally dropped a new album. No one ever talked about it, which is maybe just on my timeline. That was weird. But he dropped the new album, and I only like a couple songs on it, but it's a pretty good songs that I like, and I'll list them if I can remember. I only remember 2, and it's Ivy and Solo. Those are my 2 favorite songs by him. My next pet peeve is loud gulping. So you're drinking water, and you're like, I'm like, why are you gulping so loud? I don't know why it bothers me, but I'm just like, please don't, please stop, please. Now, this happens to me all the time, and it's probably because I don't talk loud enough, but I just don't like to. So whenever you're in class, and I've experienced this okay, I have 2 little examples. So when you're in class and you scream, you continuously say the answer, and the teacher does not listen to you. So say for instance, what's 2 plus 2? And you're like, 4, 4, 4. You're literally screaming it out loud, and no one else knows. You're like, what? Obviously that's super easy, but no one else in the class is like so confused. You're like, what? I'm confused. What? And you're just saying it, and the teacher's not listening to you, or they don't hear you. I understand if you're a good student, and they don't want you to answer the question, but sometimes teachers just blatantly ignore me. I'm like, I knew the answer to that, and I said it continuously. You did not hear me. Why aren't you hearing me? You're listening for the answer, and I said it. Gosh. Or, this happened to me in 3rd grade one time. Whenever you know the answer, this is just what happens to me all the time. But when you know the answer, and you don't say it because you're scared, and then someone else says it, and then like, the teacher praises them, like, oh, you're the only one who knows that. Like, no, I knew it. I just didn't want to say it. That happens to me all the time. So one time in 3rd grade, I remember I think it was in 3rd grade. It wasn't like elementary school, but the teacher was trying to let us say the Statue of Liberty, and we were talking about that how copper turns to green and stuff, and we were talking about that. And so I was like, oh, that's the Statue of Liberty. And people were saying everything. And I was like, I don't think it's the Statue of Liberty. And then she finally said, it's in New York. I was like, oh, I know! And she chose some other girl, and she said the Statue of Liberty. And I was like, I knew it was the Statue of Liberty. And I should have said it. So never be scared to say your mind. I actually did that in math class the other day. And I said that the answer, it was like, what is a Pythagorean theorem, whatever it's called. What does it solve? And I thought it solved the area because we were just talking about area. And then we watched a video about it. And I was like, the area. And she's like, actually, that's not right. And I was like, actually. And then every question I knew the answer to. So why did the one that I thought I knew the answer to, I got the answer wrong, and I felt so dumb, but it was fine because I actually am smart, and people in that class are supposed to be taking geometry honors, and I wish I was because people in that class are so dumb. I literally hate it. People are so slow that this girl, I'm not trying to like hate or anything, but she didn't know that if you just had just x in an equation, it means 1x. And I was like, how do you not know that? Like, she's like, oh, that means, I forgot what she said, like x squared? Yeah, because it was like, what is x plus x? And she said x squared when it's 2x. And I was like, girl, you are so dumb. Get your life. Like, why are you in this class? You need to be in what's it called, math seminar. Like, you're so slow. Like, I don't know. How does that happen to you? How? My next pet peeve is whenever you're in class, there are a lot of school related, but whenever someone doesn't have a pencil, I'm like, how do you not have a pencil? How have they gone through the whole day without having a pencil? How? How do you not bring a pencil to school? That's like literally the only thing you need, if anything, is a pencil. How do you not have a pencil? It really bothers me. Mind-boggling. Why don't you have a pencil when you're at school? How do you not have a pencil? The next one, which happened to me a lot last year, and I'll tell you guys, is whenever you have headphones in and people try and talk to you. They're trying to ask you questions. So last year in Spanish class, I thought this guy liked me. I'm pretty sure he likes me, but I don't like him like that. And literally, every day I would listen to my music. I intentionally look at him slightly and like putting in my headphones, don't talk to me. You know, I'm working on my work, and he's like, hey Ashley, hey Ashley, hey Ashley. I'm like, what do you want? I literally ripped my headphones out. I'm like, what? I can't hear you. Obviously, I actually can't hear him, but I'm trying to make it look like I can't hear him. I'm like, what do you want? And he's like, oh, what are you doing? I'm like, my work. Put my headphones on a second, back into my work, back to my work. Hey Ashley, hey Ashley. I'm like, what? And he like says, like, oh, you look nice in that dress today. I'm like, thanks. Put my headphones back in, started my work. It just bothers me. Like, if I have headphones in, do not talk to me. Please don't, because I can't hear you, 1. And 2, I'm not trying to talk to somebody if I have headphones in, clearly. So he literally did that all the time last year. He just talked to me, and I wouldn't want to talk to him, and I'm sorry, but, like, I don't like him, and I know he likes me. It's very obvious. And I was like, please stop trying to talk to me when I have headphones in. Please and thank you. My next one is when people text just one word replies. So say for instance, you're basically holding the conversation and the other person's just like saying 1 or 2 words in response. This happens to me all the time with somebody, and if you're watching this, you know who you are, but I'm not gonna say anything about it. But say for instance, you're like, oh hey, what's up? And they're like, hey, and then they're like, hey, like they all, like, it sounds bad because like obviously they like respond 1 word. It seems like they don't want to talk, but maybe they're just a bad texter. Maybe they don't have anything to say. That happens to me all the time. So you're like, hey, and you're like, hey, and you're like, what's up? And you're like, oh, nothing. They say nothing. And I mean, obviously if you're not doing anything, okay, nothing's up. Like, okay, cool. So then I'm like, oh, what do I say? I'm like, oh, that's cool. Like, what do I say? And they're like, yeah. And then you're like, okay, how's your day been? And they're like, good. And you're like, oh, what'd you do today? And then I'm like, I did this. I did nothing, or I just played a game, or I listened to music today. And like, oh, that's cool. How's school going? And they literally respond continuously 1 word, and you're holding the majority of the conversation. So you're literally just asking questions, and they're not asking like, how about you? Like, how's your day going? I hate when I do that. Whenever I ask like someone how they're doing, and then they just say I'm good, and they don't ask you over text. They're like, they don't say, how are you doing back to you. It just really bothers me. Like, don't do that to me. Please don't. And going along with that, it's so funny. It's like contradicting, but it's whenever someone, you clearly make it like you don't want to talk to somebody. This is more in person. Sometimes it's in text because you don't want. I mean, and most of the time for me, it's in person. When you clearly make it like you don't want to talk to them, and they try and talk to you still, which goes with the situation I was talking about when the guy was like, "Hey Ashley, hey Ashley." I clearly did not want to talk to you. So why do you keep on trying? Why? Please stop trying. Okay, this is just disgusting. When people cough and sneeze and they don't like achoo, they're like I'm like, if you don't cover your mouth, like that's disgusting. Next is reckless driving, or say for instance, I listened to a tweet on Twitter, it was funny. It was like whenever someone speeds around you and they get stopped at the same light, and it was like Miranda Cosgrove from like Drake and Josh, and she was just like looking over her light. I literally drive the speed limit, and I'm not going to go ahead and drive like 50 miles per hour and a 30 per speed limit just so I feel comfortable without people having to go around me. But I literally, everyone speeds. I'm like, why are you speeding? Like, it's not that big of a deal. I'm not in a rush. I don't really care. So when people speed, it's just like, please freaking stop. Please. And like reckless driving, when people like, oh, this happened to me. We were driving, and I thought I was doing a bad job, but I was with my mom and my sister, and I said, no, actually, you were driving normal. That person's just a crazy bitch-ass person. Oh, sorry for my language. But literally, I was turning left at a light, and then it was like, we were going for like maybe like a couple feet, like a couple 100 feet, and then like this car behind me like zooms around me. And like, what the heck are you doing? Like, I'm driving normal. I thought I was. Apparently I was. My sister and my mom told me I was. And then they like got in a car, and there was a car in front of them, and then like zoom around them. I'm like, what are you doing? It's not that big of a deal. Why are you driving like a crazy person? Like, why? This is like my biggest pet peeve, when old people compare their life to now. They're like, when I was a kid, I had to walk 5 miles to school every day, to and from school. My mama had to work. You can walk to school. I'm like, that was whenever you were a kid. Times have changed. And then my last pet peeve for now is whenever people had their phone and they had the flash text notification. So like their flash, like it like flashes off. I freaking hate that. Do not do that when I'm with you. If I'm dating you or you're my friend, turn that freaking thing off. It's so annoying. I freaking hate it. And I understand if like you're sleeping at night and it's dark outside and you don't have your volume on and you want to see your flash. I don't understand like what's the difference between flash and volume, but I literally hate it. Unless you're deaf, you do not need that. Please turn that off. Please, it's freaking annoying. Ugh. And also, I'm not trying to hit on like, be rude to deaf people. I actually know a little bit of sign language, so I'm sorry if you thought that I was offending deaf people. That was a little sign language in there, if you couldn't tell. So, yeah. So, there's my pet peeves for now. Got me a little heated, and I hope you guys enjoyed at least a little video today. Don't worry, next week I'm uploading a vlog. Get ready for me, which I'm going to go film right now. Actually, I might film it tomorrow, because I don't have time, but if you guys enjoyed this video, if you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.